Hello and welcome back everybody to the Super Sunday, to the second episode. Genuinely good to have you here because this week we have had a lot to talk about, a lot has happened and I don't want to waste any single second. So let's go straight into it. I'm going to do something different today. Let's see how it goes. I'm gonna present the headlines that we have and then we're gonna dive deep into those headlines. So let's go. New York Knicks, the NBA champions for the first time in 53 years. Damn. The World Cup is open. USA just produced their best game that they have ever played in international level in modern history. Brazil drew against Morocco. Scotland beat Haiti, their first World Cup win since 1990. Jesse Bam Rodriguez became weight division champion last night at 26, which is insane. And a lot of other boxing events also happened. UFC Freedom 250 happening today. Also Formula 1 in Barcelona. And last but not least, Stanley Cup final, Game 6 happening today. The game can, if Canucks win today, not Canucks, I'm sorry, Carolina wins today, the game Stanley Cup is going to Carolina, which is also insane. All of this is happening this week. What the fuck is going on? Let's go through every single story in detail because every single one of them deserves this. They deserve the time. They deserve talk about it. First, I'm gonna tease you guys. We're gonna talk about football first. Opening weekend, World Cup, everything that happened on the pitch, and we have a lot of it. Then we're gonna do transfer talk. Summer window is open and moves has already starting to happen, so we're gonna talk about that. Then we're gonna spend some proper time on Knicks because they came on game 4, 29 points behind to win the game and now win the championship also. After that, we're gonna round up with boxing, hockey, F1 and UFC, and we're gonna take some predictions also for the UFC event. I'm also gonna finish with some predictions on every level, so get comfortable with that. It's gonna take at least 60 minutes, so grab a drink, maybe something to eat. Let's go. Right, football, especially World Cup. After years of build-up, years of hype, years of I cannot wait for the summer, it's actually here. Opening weekend, it did not disappoint. Let's start from, I think, the biggest story. USA beating Paraguay 4-1. And it's crazy. Sophie Stadium in Los Angeles, in front of 70,000 people on a home soil, their tournament. They can produce results. 4-1. 4 goals against Paraguay, who came from CONMEBOL qualification road, which is known to be very hard road to World Cup. So, and they actually in the second half played very good in my opinion. So it was a very, very good game for USA. Let me paint the picture. It started in the 7th minute. McKennie and Pulisic combine on the left and Pulisic drives 2 defenders, lays it back, and Paraguayan Bodadilla, I'm sorry if I pronounced the name incorrectly, kicks it into the own net and the whole stadium erupts. Then Folarin Balogun, 31st minute. Pulisic cuts it back, Balogun arrives and slicks it in low corner, 2-0. Then just before halftime, Balogun again. The guy was on fire. He has ongoing contract negotiations at Monaco. I think he's gonna be asking a lot more money after that game. And yeah, like I said about Balogun, also there is a bit history behind it because last time American player has scored 2 goals in a single World Cup game was in 1930s, so before Second World War started, and that's crazy. That's crazy. And it's get even better. 82 minutes, Giovanni Reina is substituted into the game, and he, in added time, he takes the ball in the corner of the of the box and with the outside of the foot slicks it in. Fucking beautiful goal. I was hyped. Pulisic also, I was dissing him in the last episode. Maybe we need to take it back. Maybe he is the Michael Jordan of soccer. Who the fuck knows anymore? But he was taken off after the half time, and honestly, USS game going forward died a little bit. It was still good though. So nothing to worry about as a USA right now, I don't think. Next week we're gonna see when they're gonna play Australia in Seattle. So that's gonna be good mark to see how it goes. And if they win, they already secured the position to knockouts, which is good. Then they don't really have so much going into the last game against Turkey. And this is maybe perfect rotation to last night, since Australia won 2-0 against Turkey. Turkey was pressing almost the whole game and just couldn't score. It was perfect park the bus. Australian goalkeeper was doing amazing job. And then from the counter-attacks, Australia fucking deadly. Just finishing. Not every single one, but most of them lethal. Very surprising to see, but now the whole group is wide open. So it's gonna be actually very interesting to see how the group goes. Next, before we go through rest of the results, I want to talk about what's happening off the pitch, because this tournament was always going to be political. I'm trying to keep the politics and all of that out of this show, but I think we have to talk about couple stuff. Nothing that serious. Well, I think it's serious, but you know, not like super bad stuff. We are not political. So first, let's start war in Iran. I'm sorry that I'm laughing. It's not funny topic. But F1, Bahrain and Saudi Arabia races were cancelled, and because of that war also prices have going up so much, so for many people it's almost impossible to travel and go there. Then also human rights issues has been raised against USA under the tournament. And third, which is maybe the most staggering one, FIFA banned reusable water bottles inside of stadium. After the backlash they actually take it back, but that's fucking crazy. You cannot drink even water. So what the fuck is that? I don't know. Well, it's FIFA, so what can you do? And the fourth, ticket prices. Dynamic pricing. It's like Uber when you're trying to get home from the bar. All of a sudden it's 30 euros for a small trip. What the fuck is going on? For example, cheapest ticket for USA-Australia game at the moment is 1,300 euros. No, dollars. Fucking insane. But here's the thing though. All of that is super real. I'm not saying that. Every single controversy is legitimate. But I watched the first game in Azteca. 90,000 people, Thursday night, Mexico kick off the tournament. And for 90 minutes, none of it existed. None of it. Only the football does. It creates the space where none of the noise from outside cannot get to us. Fans, players, everybody. And at the end, football will always win. This is how I feel, and this is how it has been. It always does. And it doesn't mean that we have to stop talking about other stuff. No, I'm just meaning we can do those both things at the same time. Now, let's skip the politics. Let's leave them for the political persons. We are not here to comment on politics. We are here to comment on the best thing on the world, sports. Anyway, right, let's go through everything that happened so far onto the pitch. So, we go through Mexico, Azteca against South Africa, 2-0, amazing game, and Raul Jimenez started to cry after scoring 2-0 goal. What an emotional moment in front of everybody from home. Amazing moment from him. I think he's the oldest also who was playing for Mexico, so amazing moment. On the same day, South Korea beat Czechia, which is against my predictions, which basically has gone through the window already. Amazing game. South Korea looked amazing. Czechia also looked a hard team to beat. Hard team to beat. So we're gonna see how those games is gonna develop. And then Group B, Canada against Bosnia-Herzegovina, 1-1. That was, I need to pull up some data here, but that game was not so amazing, if we are being honest. It was good. It was good game, but nothing special. I was more surprised about Canada's game. They were looking very good, very surprisingly good. Bosnia-Herzegovina did what I basically predicted. Defend, counter-attack, corners and headers. That's their game. It's been for years and probably will be for years. And then one of the biggest shocks happened yesterday. Qatar drew with Switzerland 1-1. That's amazing, and that makes the whole group again wide open. Everybody is with 1 point, so literally anything can happen in that group. Even Qatar can go through now. Qatar, let's see what happens. I really love it. I really love it. As said, also Australia beat Turkey, and then the main event of the whole Saturday night, basically, Brazil against Morocco. Holy shit, what a first half. The second half, honestly, it was a little bit more controlled and boring, as we say. But Brahim Diaz, what a pass to Saibari. Saibari scores 1-0 from counter-attack. Amazing football. Then, I think 10 minutes, 11 minutes later, Vinicius Junior takes the whole country to his shoulders and scores. But he couldn't do more. And that was the story of the game. Morocco is very hard to beat. I think going again very far in this tournament. They have very good squad, very good squad. And Brazil is honestly not looking super good to them. We're gonna dive deeper about them in a little bit later. But it's not looking very good. Honestly, it's not looking very good. As I have said, Ancelotti, it's not tactic man. He's a hype man, basically. He's hyping the players, but he's not bringing up anything special. He doesn't have good structure. They have very good quality going forward, but going back, they struggle against Morocco. So what do you think gonna happen against maybe Spain, Portugal, France? It's not looking good for them. So I'm sorry, my Boca Fonita fans, but it is what it is. It's been going like this past 10 years already. Slope is going down. Let's hope best for the Brazilian squad. And then Scotland, first World Cup win since 1990s. Amazing. 36 years of waiting is over. John McKean scored 29th minute, but honestly, I was expecting more. Honestly, it's the game against Haiti. I was expecting more from Scotland, but they got the points. They are now leading the group ahead of Brazil and Morocco, which is insane to say out loud. And today we have 4 games, I think. We have Germany, Curacao, Netherlands, Japan, Ivory Coast, Ecuador, Sweden, Tunisia. Let me predict these results. Germany, Curacao. I would say Germany will win, and they will win 3-0. Netherlands, Japan. This is hard. I would say 2-1 for Netherlands. Ivory Coast, Ecuador. Fuck, that's hard. I don't remember what I predicted in the first episode. I'm gonna say 2-1 for Ivory Coast. And Sweden, Tunisia, 0-0 or 1-1. It's gonna be a draw, I think. Okay, then let's move ahead. Couple fast stories. England's final warm-up went very good. They have Declan Rice back in the squad, and they just beat Costa Rica in Orlando 3-0. They looked very good. Also Argentina and Messi situation. Messi is being injured, but according to the reports coming in, he's in squad facing Algeria. We still don't know for 100% sure. Will it happen? Will it not? So we have to wait until the game comes closer. Then we're gonna know for sure. If I have to predict this, even though the report saying he's there, he's not there, I will say he not gonna start against Algeria. He's gonna be in bench. Maybe Scaloni gonna bring him in later on. This is how I see the thing going. Now let's go to the transfer talk. Mourinho back at Real Madrid, like the ex who shows up at your door 13 years later, saying that they have changed. Officially, Perez has won the election, and Mourinho is now officially the head of Real Madrid for next 3 years until 2029. They paid 15 million to Benfica to steal the Mourinho there. I think that's the most paid manager transfer fee, unnecessary transfer fee to pay. But Perez wanted him. Let's see. Myself, I really love Real Madrid. I also used to love Jose Mourinho. Let's see how it goes. Many big egos there. I will predict that there will be public crash out between one of the egos and Jose Mourinho. Mark my words for now. Also, maybe this is like a little bit old news, but we also have Xabi Alonso at Chelsea and Bournemouth's ex-manager Iraola in Liverpool, which in my opinion both are crazy good signings for both teams. Liverpool, Iraola looked very good in Bournemouth, and Xabi Alonso has always looked good. Only in Real Madrid it was the egos that really started to ruin him. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Also in the transfer news, Real Madrid signs Bernardo Silva, Konate and Dumfries from Inter. All of three is confirmed transfers now. So, and they're still trying to get something big to happen. So it's looking very good for Real Madrid for next season, if I'm being honest. There is the Julian Alvarez thing, but I don't think it's a real thing. I just think because Olise was unavailable, Perez had to beat on somebody, and he did it on Alvarez. So that's what's up, basically, on that. Well, I'm not gonna dive so deep into Chelsea. They have a weird situation anyway. Tom Bowley, I don't really like the guy. I'm sorry, D. McDaly, but I'm just not the biggest fan of Chelsea in any case. And probably even Chelsea fans are scratching their heads at the moment, like should they support the team or not. Then, as I said, Iraola in Liverpool slot out. Honestly, finally. They are going after Diamonde, and also reports say that Bradley Barcola from PSG. Let's see who they're gonna sign. It's still rumors, so I don't really can or want to comment on that. Then my love, Manchester United. Michael Carrick officially has been manager for a while now, and now first signing of the season, Ederson from Atlanta. I think a little bit overpaid, 45 millions. Still, we need midfielders at the moment, and there has been reports from Romano that Ugarte will leave this season. So they are still looking for a second midfielder. Let's see who they're gonna pick up for that. Then also, let's talk about a little bit about the World Cup and transfer window, because I think it will blow out many people's values. For example, Balogan. He still has the contract situation at Monaco, and this will definitely boost his ask price, and also maybe Monaco now wants to sell him because people get to know him more. Also, Ismail Saibari, reports say he's going to Bayern München, so let's see how that goes. I think he's already confirmed. We have to check it. I will put some text here or picture if it's confirmed. And then Ben Doak in Scotland, amazing, 20 years old. And yeah, let's see how much his value is gonna pop up. Right, then deep dive. Let's go New York Knicks, 53 years, now champions. During the finals, greatest comeback in the NBA history. 29 points coming back in a game 4, which is insane. And Victor Wembanyama operating on a different planet almost the whole series. But you cannot win championship alone. You need more help. I think Spurs needs to invest more around Wembanyama. So yeah, now game 5. Brunson, 45 points. Insane. Also Brunson, finals MVP as expected. Usually the key player from the winning team wins the MVP, which is good. And they are now champions after 90. Last time it was 1973, so 53 years. Amazing. The Spurs were one bounce of a basketball away from winning this series. One different bounce, and the game could look very, very different. And Wembanyama will be back. The league knows it, he knows it, Spurs knows it. And I think honestly the losing of the final, that's good for him. Because now he's more hungry than ever. And some people are saying it's all about Brunson, and they are right. Jalen Brunson carried this franchise to the fucking championship. In every moment when the game was on the line, he delivered. That's fucking legacy. And Jalen Brunson, amazing player. He's been grinding for years and finally gets a ring. It's amazing. It's amazing. And other people is trying to steal the headlights from Knicks and say it's Wembanyama. You tell me, whose championship is it? I don't know. You tell me. Ooh, it's starting to be hot here. We still gonna report everything that we know. Let's go forward. Stanley Cup final. The series is maybe gonna end tonight. Carolina Hurricanes is maybe gonna be the not Champions League. Sorry, I'm in football in my head. Stanley Cup winners. The series is 3-2 for Caroline. The game is tonight. Soon as we know the results tomorrow, we're gonna tell you how do I predict this game going. I hope Carolina is gonna win. And honestly, after the Carolina put Bussi in the goal, it's been looking much better defensively for Caroline. They look super good defensively, much more, confident with the hockey. Also, Jordan Stahl, the captain, I think 6 or 7 goals in the finals. Insane. I think he's 40 or 39. Insane. And also have to say, Mitch Marner it's been amazing in finals for Vegas. Let's see how it goes for him. And yeah, we're gonna see the game, then we're gonna know better, and then we can actually, say what actually happened. But until this far, Carolina has struggled a little bit in the first game, but last 2 games it's been looking amazing for Carolina. So let's see if we go to the game 7 or we finish the Stanley Cup tonight. Then boxing. Boop. Yeah, let's get it. I want to start with the story that deserved the most attention this week. Maybe even same level of attention than Knicks winning the NBA. Jesse Bam Rodriguez just became 3rd weight division champion at the age of 27 last night with the unbelievable knockout. Holy moly, holy shit, we have another big fight brewing in the boxing world with one of the top pound for pound fighters, Inoue and Bam Rodriguez, rumored to be fighting later this year. Holy shit. Let me give you some context of Bam Rodriguez first, because this man's story is remarkable. In February 2022, Jesse Rodriguez, 22 years old, born in San Antonio, Texas, took fight on short notice against Carlos Cuadras at super flyweight. Nobody outside of the hardcore boxing world know who he was, not even me, honestly. And he won the WBC world title and became first fighter born in 2000s to carry the belt. Youngest world champion in boxing at the time, 22, on short notice. Then he dropped down 2 weight classes to flyweight, won 2 more belts, became unified champion, went back to super flyweight, beat Estrada, beat Martinez, beat Cafu, defended his title, stopped every one of them in front of them. And then last night, June 13, Glendale, Arizona, he moved up to bantamweight, his 3rd different weight class, and knocked out Antonio Vargas in front of all of the people that showed up. 26 years old, 3 weight classes, champion. What a fucking guy. 24 wins, 0 losses, 70 knockouts. Unstoppable guy, unstoppable guy. Now I wanna see Inoue against Bam Rodriguez. That's the fight. Also, a lot of people inside of boxing world has been saying that this is the next match, including Eddie Hearn. And yeah, we're gonna see Joshua Fury, and then we're gonna see Bam versus Inoue. Hopefully those gonna happen. I wanna see how it goes. I wanna see the fight in Japan, Inoue against Bam. Amazing fight in Japan would be, or in Mexico, or the first fight in there and then a rematch in the other country. Ooh, damn. Then last episode we said we're not gonna cover anything about Misfits. Fastly I'm gonna cover just Tommy Fury, Eddie Hall happened this weekend. Who expected what happened? Tommy Fury was running the whole fucking fight and Hall couldn't do shit. Oh my god, so couldn't expect this happening. Then second, at the same fight, there was the final Ibiza boss against MC Kane. That was the fight of the night. What a fucking slugfest. I wanna see Ibiza final boss fight again. That's the only thing I'm gonna comment from that night. Then we also need to go through UFC Freedom 250 at the White House. It's happening tonight. It's weird since usually Sundays we already know what happened in UFC, but this time we have no clue since it's happening basically my time at Monday. So yeah, I'm gonna pull up here some info about it and we're gonna go through it. 7 fights, 2 title bouts, all happening at the White House, all at Paramount Plus. So let's go through all of the fights. First of all, the starter of the night, Diego Lopez, Steve Garcia. Nothing much to comment. I think it will be Diego Lopez who comes out of winning. Steve Garcia, great boxer, but John Silva was great boxer also and lost to Diego Lopez. But John Silva is crazy though. Steve Garcia not so. So let's see how that goes. But my prediction is Diego Lopez by KO, first or second round. Then Bo Nickal, Kyle Daukaus. I at the same time like Nickal and dislike the guy. This is also a little bit hard fight to predict because Bo Nickal has been fake checked, but also Kyle Daukaus is not like super elite guy. So I'm gonna give it to Bo Nickal decision. Then Michael Chandler, Mauricio Ruffi. That's a good matchup. Mauricio Ruffi by KO, first round. Then the artist himself, Josh Hockett against Derrick Lewis. Weird fucking fight. Very hard to predict because I dislike Josh Hockett very much. I just think he has been hit in the head way too many times, and the character that he gives, it's not a character, it's actually him. I love Derrick Lewis, but reality is that he's Derrick Lewis. I'm gonna say Josh Hockett, but I hope Derrick Lewis will knock his ass to the fucking lawn of the White House. Then Suga Show, against I Am Zahabi. Of course I'm gonna give it to my boy Sugar, so not even gonna question that. But knock the fuck out. Knock that guy out. That's it. Knock him out. Knock him out. Then at heavyweight, Pereira comes up from light heavyweight against Cyril Gane. I hope Pereira gonna win because I wanna see Pereira against Aspinall. I don't wanna see Cyril Gane against Aspinall because I'm an Aspinall fanboy and it was looking tough matchup for Aspinall. So I rather see Alex Pereira against Aspinall. Then, and I'm sorry, Alex Pereira either with points or a knockout late, round 4-5. Then Ilya Topuria against Justin Gage. Justin Gage. Huge power in both of those hands. Hard fight to predict, but I'm gonna say Ilya Topuria. But also Ilya Topuria can be dropped, it has been seen. So it's a good fucking matchup, but I'm gonna go with Ilya Topuria. And after this matchup I hope they're gonna book Ilya Topuria against Makachev, and then we all can, see and shut the fuck up about that match. Yeah, those are my predictions. We will get back at it Monday when the results are in and we know what actually happened. Then F1 at Barcelona this weekend. The race is happening actually the time that I'm recording the video starting in 1 or 2 minutes, so we're gonna go watch the start and then come back to the recording. Qualifying yesterday, George Russell took the pole position, his third pole position of the season. Lewis Hamilton at second and Kimi Antonelli third. Leclerc crashed in the Q3 and is, I don't know where he is at now. Maybe they drop him to the last position of the grid. One moment, I'm sorry. So yeah, we have Leclerc at 10th. The rest of the grid is Norris 4th, Verstappen 5th, Hadjar 6th, Piastri 7th, Lawson 8th, Hülkenberg 9th. Let's see how it's gonna go. Antonelli has won 6 Grand Prix in a row. What the fuck is going on? He's going crazy at the moment. Let's see if George Russell can stop him. Let's see if McLaren can stop him. Also, Hamilton was looking super good. So we never really know. If I'm editing while if my English crashing. If I'm still editing while the race has ended, I will put the results here. If they were what you're expecting, then good for you. I will say Spain, Barcelona, hot sun. I think somebody new will win. Maybe Verstappen or Hadjar will win this race. They look reliable. And their tactic is always also good. Mercedes and Ferrari can fuck it up with the tactic. And I predict that there will be a couple high level and DNFs this weekend also. Then, fastly, 10 is 30 seconds. Last week, France Open ended, Chervev won. Now, Carlos Alcacer probably gonna be out of Wimbledon, happening later this month. But now there is couple Grand Tournaments starting in England to warm this up. We have Djokovic playing there, so we're gonna follow those this week, upcoming week. Let's see if I missed anything. Last two sections. First, hot takes. I'm gonna give 4 of them. We go fastly through, and then we see. USA will go top 8 in the World Cup. Very, very hot take. I don't know how the bracket is looking, but top 8 is looking possible. That's the hot take number 1. Get fucking ready. Number 2. Brazil will be knocked out of the World Cup at round of 32. Damn, all the Brazilians attacking me right now. Bam Rodriguez will become one of the biggest stars in boxing and will beat Inoue when they match. And fourth, there will be one of the biggest wars in football in Real Madrid next season. It will be funny though for all of us watching. Now, the second section, predictions. I'm gonna give 5 of them. 5 predictions. First of all, 2-0 USA, Australia. USA is gonna win it. Secure the spot to round of 32. Prediction 2. Carolina Hurricanes will win Stanley Cup tonight. In overtime. That's my prediction. Prediction 3. Liverpool will sign Diamonde from RB Leipzig. And they will announce it before World Cup ends. Then, Yamin Lamal starts and scores against Capo Verde in the first Spanish game next Monday. And prediction 5. Messi doesn't start for the Argentine against Algeria, as I already said, basically. Right. This is the show of the week. I don't know how long it was. Maybe it was an hour. It doesn't feel like an hour, so probably wasn't. But before I go, I want to come back for the moment of this week, because this all happened because of World Cup started. I get my mind correctly and I started to record these videos. So Mexico against South Africa was the moment of the week. Amazing moment. 3 red cards, 2 goals in Azteca. Amazing moment. Okay, next week. I want you to know that this is going to be a massive episode because World Cup is going on. We also gonna know who win the Stanley Cup. And also a lot of tennis is coming to our way. A lot of transfers also going on. We're gonna see all of the teams play between this and the next episode. So it's gonna be amazing. And I want now leave you with the one question, and you can comment it on the comment section down below. Who is actually going to win the World Cup? Not who you think, who you like. If you have to put your whole life on it, who would you say would win the World Cup? And finally, if you want this type of level of breakdown on every single week that we have multiple sports, also let me know, because we are trying to make the show better. It's only my second episode ever, so please let me know how can I make the show better, more enjoyable, and we will be back at it with a better show. Thank you. See you next week.